Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Erica. I'm glad you are here. So I let you all know in my last video that I had a Rosalind review coming up, and this is that review. So they reached out to me through email and asked me if I could test out 2 of their dip powder kits along with their liquids. So everything in this video is going to be completely 100% honesty. They did not ask me to leave them a good review or anything like that. They just simply asked me to try their products out. They sent over a total of 12 jars, and this is the first 6 that I'm showing you here. And the first problem I had was some of their jars wasn't all the way filled up. Now when I was swatching the black, I did tip over the plastic jar. The jars were kind of easy to flip and turn over. But even with the spillage, there was still some jars that was not all the way full. Besides the fact of their jars, I did like all of the colors that they sent over. There wasn't a color that I really did not like. Now I did do my swatches with a gel base coat and a gel top coat, because I do have a little problem with the base and top coat of regular dip liquids. But when I actually do an application on myself, I do use the Rossi base and top coat. This is the other 6 that they sent over. A majority of these were more of pink shades, red shades, and purple. Now we'll leave everything in the description down below as far as where the kit came from, their website, and all of that good stuff. Now you'll see with these 2 pink shades, they were pretty much kind of the same, only the right one was just the lightest shade darker than the other one. And this one is the burgundy and the purple shade. Now they don't actually have names for their colors. Everything is numbered on the bottom of the jar. And you kind of see here that the jars really wasn't filled all the way to the top. I only used these just to swatch on my sticks, and that was it. And I do know that the jars they sent were the sample jars. So I think that if you were to actually go on their website and order a jar of dip powder, that it would be a bigger jar and maybe possibly more full. I'm not sure about that as far as their other jars. I do know this is the second time that I have tried Rossi, but I can't remember the jar sizes or the quality of it the last time I used it. For my manicure today, I decided to use the gray, the red, and the silver glitter one. These are D103, D33, and then D15. They also sent their brush. I actually like their brush, but these dip liquids and the bottles I just cannot stand. Which again, these are probably the samples. They are so easy to turn over, and I just cannot stand these bottles. But we are going to pray and cross our fingers and hope that I get through this. So on my manicure that I have right now, I've just started off with a clear acrylic base, a gel top coat, and then I've did 2 layers of the peel base. Here I was just showing you, I actually cracked my pinky playing ball, and it really wasn't that bad, but I just came home, immediately put a gel base coat and did acrylic, and it's fine. But anywho, so let's get into the application. So I decided to do the gray on my thumb, my middle finger. And as you can see, the jars is really flimsy, but I worked with it. In the very beginning, I didn't notice much about the base coat. I couldn't smell much at the very beginning, but toward the end, it did get a little worse. But who am I kidding? It was more than a little worse. It was pretty tough, guys. Pretty tough. I decided to do the pour over method rather than dip my finger down into the jar. Aside from the smell of their base coat, I did like the formula. It was a thinner formula and it did seem to dry a little slower. So I did like that about it. It was just the smell that I just couldn't handle it. It was just too rough. And in the very beginning, when they had reached out to me to try their dip powder, I was going to tell them no, only because I had heard that they were kind of reaching out to anybody and everybody that would try their product. But I thought, well, everyone's opinion is their own. Some seem to like it, some seem to hate it, so I thought, why not just form my own opinion? I'm taking my dotting tool and just cleaning up around my cuticles. Some people like to use a toothpick or a wood stick, but I like my little dotting tool a little bit better, so that's what I'm using today to clean up around my cuticles. The dotting tool seems for me to make that perfect little line around your cuticles. Now this was about the time that the base liquid started burning my eyes. I don't know if it was where I was right on top of it or what, but it just made my eyes water something horrible. So after I recorded this video, I did send them an email and let them know what I thought as far as their products. I did let them know that their base coat, the formula, was okay as far as the formula went for the consistency, but the smell was something they needed to work on. So maybe they'll change that, who knows. But I bared through it as far as the video goes, just for you guys to let you all know how the liquids were. Originally, if I were to just do this on my own and not record a video, I wouldn't use the liquids at all. I would have used the gel liquids. But more on a positive note, I did actually like their powders. I love the red color that I'm using now. It seemed like that perfect red classic shade. And I did like the consistency and things like that of their powders. So while you guys are watching my first dip application, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about my upcoming videos that I have planned. The next video I have planned is a dip manicure with the powders that I have been making on my own, which is so fun, guys, and I'm just so excited to share that with you. You guys let me know if you are interested in how to make your own dip powders, the colors, and things like that. If you are, let me know, and I will most definitely make that video more detailed as far as how to make it, where to get it, and things like that. These smaller dip companies may hate me as far as letting you know where to get all the stuff and make it, but hey, I'm all for do-it-yourself projects. And if you can do it yourself, hey, why not? So you all definitely let me know about that. And then after that video, Rossi also sent me some of their gel polish. So I'm going to do a video on that as well and review their gel polishes and possibly do a dip manicure with gel polishes. And then after that, we have got some Halloween stuff coming up. So I'm so excited about the Halloween stuff. I've made some glow-in-the-dark dip powders and all the fun Halloween colors, and I just can't wait. And so definitely stay tuned in for that one. Alright, so this is my second coat of dip powder. I'm going in again with my base coat and going in for my second dip. I also noticed too that with the dark red color, it seemed to stain the brush of the base coat and the activator later when you see me activate. Here I am activating, and when I opened the jar right here, it kind of squeezed the liquid all over my hand. It made me so mad. I was like, oh my god. But again, I worked through it, and we're going to go in and do one coat of activator on all of my nails, and then I'm going to file to smooth everything off. And again, it seemed like the activator brush, it stained, the red stained the brush. So I was definitely having to wipe my brush off and worrying whether or not the glitter on my pinky was going to stain or not. And the activator definitely had a scent of its own too. It stunk. It wasn't as bad as the base coat, but it definitely stunk. So they sent over a file too, and I actually used it for some of my swatches. The file seemed to be okay as far as one use. So after this, I'm going to go in here with my top coat. Now the top coat I did like. It seemed to be very fast drying. I did have to do 2 coats of it. The first coat, when it dried, you could still see indentions and stuff from the file. But when I went in with my second coat, everything was super shiny and it dried super fast. So I did like the top coat. And I did like the powders, the color of the powders and things like that. But they definitely need to work on their base coat. But other than that, this is the manicure that I ended up with, and I really enjoy the colors, and yeah, I didn't have a problem with their colors or their powders. I actually enjoyed that. But this is the end of the video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up when you leave, and subscribe if you have not already. And I hope everyone has an awesome day. Bye.